say yes. I need you to do more and say less. I won't just say yes. I need you to do more and say less. I thought you knew that anybody can do that.
Family, let me just tell you how happy I am to be on Urban View, how happy I am to be in community with you. I'm not rapping. These are bars, but this is the truth. I was tuning in this morning, as I do from time to time. I know you're like, when do I sleep? Exactly. So I don't have time to listen all day to Urban View, but I catch what I can when I'm driving around and juggling other things. But I couldn't stop listening to Lorie this morning. First of all, young lady, you have a future in the theater. I don't know if you took any theater courses, but the different voices that you were able to go in and out of with aplomb, with such dexterity, it was just amazing. But the content of your conversation was, yes, man. So they're trying to hem her up. Because she's, we've talked about this with Jennifer Jones Austin, and they're studying reparations, and Lorie Daniel Favors is on the committee to bring forth a plan. And if Lorie is on this committee, this is not window dressing. Okay, they doing something. So people are big mad because there might actually be reparations on the table for Black people in New York. And, so they're just trying to do anything. So they came up with these two people need to resign. And Lorie was one of them because she has been on the record to say defund the police. And because we live in a world that is so damn ignorant, no one does their homework. I mean, we're talking actual, and I'm putting up air quotes, news outlets. They take a tweet and then they run with it. You don't listen to this woman every day. You don't know what she's done with the Center for Law and Social Justice at Medgar Evers College. You don't know the work, as she pointed out, the receipts are long because she's an expert in her field. She ain't just frivolously throwing out, let's defund the police. She actually has a whole game plan for what we could do with that money instead. For example, the homeless, the unhoused, instead of putting more money to police the bodies of people who are already distressed because they're on the streets, how about we give that money to the housing department and come up with a plan to put people in the homes? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Yes. Yes, it would. I love that. So defund is like, we're not saying we don't need police, but it's like using a hammer for everything. Police are not equipped to manage the bodies that are on the street because of policies that are both federal and local, and because we have a lack of leadership across the board, right? I love today's show. Man, I was sitting there, screaming at the radio and just really like, yes. I even had to pop into Nubia, and she's got her own chat. I was like, I'm just coming in to tell y'all Lorie's amazing. Okay, I'm going to leave. I'll see y'all at 3. So here we are. So let me just say hello to everyone. It is Thrive Thursday. Just want to stay on message. First of all, shout out to Grambling and March Madness. Y'all better come on through. I feel like there's a new day where no longer do these, and I feel like it's this way in America too. So let me just say across the board, things have changed. And what we're seeing right now is the reaction to the change. The change has already happened, though. It's not going back. All right. People are trying to make it go back, hence MAGA and all this other madness that's going on. But they realize something has shifted. And even the powerhouses of the NCAA, where billions of dollars are made off of the backs of young people. Yeah, now you can go anywhere because there are NIL deals where you can make money. You can make your own money. You don't need to be at, one of the Duke or North Carolina or, I don't know why I'm staying in North Carolina, but you don't have to be at one of these giant schools to be successful. Matter of fact, we're talking about LeBron or Kevin Garnett or, a bunch of others. You don't even need to go to college to be successful as an athlete. But now the NCAAs, where a lot of these schools make their money, to see Grambling come out a 16th seed into the next round, I was just like, yes. And Jackson State, the the women. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow. But yeah, there's a lot happening in the world, and I'm excited about it. But also, the Biden administration just discharged, speaking of colleges, universities, etc., another $6 billion in student debt. What are the Democrats and the Republicans are the same? They're not. I mean, listen, Lyndon Baines Johnson was a whole ass racist from Texas who probably didn't think very highly of black people on the record using the N-word. But guess what he was able to do because he was forced to do it? Sign into legislation all of the civil rights that we are now seeing go away because people, both are the same and I'm not voting and all that other stuff that I'm hearing, and it's disturbing. But yeah, they're both white men who are racist. Okay. No, one's a human being and the other one, as I watched Stormy Daniels last night, is not. They're not the same. They're not the same. They're not. They're just not. One person has compassion. Yeah, he's an old white man who lived in corn pop and all. We can get into it. But they're not the same. The policies are not the same with the parties. And one of the problems with the Democrats is the tent is big. It's everybody. It's a lot of people in there. And the Republicans are racist. That's who's there now. And I'm sorry if you feel some ways about it. That's your party's label now. You're going to have to sit with it or change it. And that's the challenge for those of you, you good Republicans like my daddy was. You good Republicans, you have to change the face of your party, because right now it is a pussy grabbing white nationalist. And if you don't like it, change it. You're not going to beat back people from talking about it, though. You're not going to shut us up. So do something. Biden administration discharged $6 billion in student debt for 78,000 public service workers. And I love this because if you are serving the public, you should not carry student debt. I believe that with every fiber of my being. This is great. $6 billion in debt forgiveness for teachers, nurses, social workers, firefighters. I love this. So kudos, chef's kiss, wouldn't have happened under the Republicans, period. And that Republican Supreme Court didn't want it to happen at all. So the Biden administration's figured a way around it, piecemealing it. But if you open your bank account as a teacher, a nurse, a social worker, and a firefighter today, and you don't have any more student debt, thank the Biden administration. Now, he may not put his name on it, but it's him. Okay? 866-801-8255. Speaking of Trump, as I mentioned, I watched the Stormy Daniel. Well, I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but my goodness. This man was president of the United States and could be president of the United States again. And y'all are messing around. Not y'all. You know who I'm talking about. Y'all's cousins out here talking about they're the same. And, stimulus check. And, Gaza. Yes, Gaza. Yes. But you heard Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, talk about waterfront property and getting rid of all of the people there, right? Like, hello, hi, you care about Gaza? Do you really care about Gaza, or is this just performative? Is this your super predator moment? Is this your super predator moment? Don't let it be that. Shout out to Eddie Glaude and the rest of the people. Couldn't bear to vote for Hillary Clinton. And I said from the beginning, that woman and all of the Clintons, except for Chelsea, she ain't done nothing to nobody. Not to hold them up. They're all part of an ilk, but it's an ilk that we can work with or at least hold the door. So there's that. Okay. Shout out to Letitia James, Women's History Month, every day on the Karen Hunter Show, by the way. Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham, Donald Trump's former press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, has given Letitia James a list of properties to take that would really piss Trump off. So in my dissertation, in my breakdown of all of the cabinet members, because remember somebody was like, oh, they're the same. The Biden administration, I forgot who said it, the Biden administration's cabinet is a disaster. And I was like, oh, what? Let me point you to an actual disaster. Let me point you to the disaster that was for 4 years under Trump, because he would never appoint anyone that was actually competent in anything. But even those people aren't supporting him. Like 2/3 of his cabinet do not want to see him back in office. People that he appointed to these positions, because they know they were inside. They were inside the house. So there's that. So Stephanie Grisham was like, I think if you're going to do this, if it were to happen, because Letitia James is giving them this countdown. When is the date, Smith? Is it Monday that he has to come up with this money? She's like, I'm going to start seizing the property. Right. And so Stephanie Grisham was like, 40 Wall Street is probably the one that he would hate if you took 40 Wall Street. So that should be probably the first one. And then she said, you've got the Sterling Golf Course in Virginia. He would be really upset with that. Mar-a-Lago, because Letitia James tried to, it is Monday, right? I thought so. Mar-a-Lago or the Bedminster, New Jersey, property, the Bedminster Golf Course. Those are his babies. And Trump Tower, the one on Fifth Avenue. It would devastate him, she said. It would absolutely devastate him. So we're talking 40 Wall Street, Mar-a-Lago, the Bedminster Golf Course, and Trump Tower. And would that equal the 400? What does he owe now? Is it up to 600 million? But he's rich, but he's going out asking, begging for money. Like somebody has do we have that TikTok? Somebody has a video with Trump begging for money with using the animal rescue music, or it's not funny, that animal rescue, because I know some of y'all like your animals. But Smith, did I send you over that? Because that was hilarious. I did not. Okay, we'll find it. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow, or not at all. But the point is, he's out there begging for money to pay his debt. And he's got the Chubb bond that I don't think he's going to be able to live up to. So he's selling $10 sneakers for $400. He's out there selling a picture of his mugshot. He's out there begging for $5, $10. Just give me anything, because, we got to bring this country back because of the corrupt Biden. It's always the same spiel, right? But the reality is he's the corrupt thing. He's a projector. He's a projector and a gaslighter. So I'm looking forward to Monday. The actual amount is $454 million. That is due on Monday, but interest has been accruing. So we don't know what that's going to be. But 40 Wall Street, Trump Tower, the Bedminster Golf Course, Mar-a-Lago. If you did those things, and the Sterling Golf Course in Virginia, he would be devastated. Love to see it. And the Stormy Daniels thing is not going away. The documentary was revelatory. Actually, I didn't think I wanted to watch it. But then I was like, I saw some people tweeting about it. I was like, let me just look at 5 minutes, because, and I was in. I watched that whole thing. I was like, y'all, this man is super nasty. Like, and what's weird as I'm watching, not just that she's a porn star, and I don't even want to do that, because I feel like in many ways it just kind of diminishes the role, because as she talks about it, while it was consensual, not really. She didn't really want to do it. But she said she felt like she couldn't say no. And I believe her. Because this woman does this, but she wasn't there for that. She had already moved on. She was directing and doing other things. And she's complicated. I'm not putting her in a position where she's, but what she is honest. Like I'm saying, not with her mate, but, but she's honest about, who she is. And she's not really hiding it. And I'm like, this man, he cheated on Melania. And I'm wondering how his supporters, how do they, square this circle, with God and Jesus. A serial cheater. So Stormy wasn't the only person that he cheated. He was cheating with several other women, and cheating in such a way that wasn't really as consensual as most of us would like sex to be. Like just grabbing people and humping them. And she was like, what is happening? And then she was like, are we having sex? Is it in? I can't feel anything. Anyway, more on that tomorrow. I apologize. But anyway, I brought that up. Go, Letitia James, go. We'll be talking more about that on Monday. And I was bringing that up to say that Trump is losing to Biden in the fundraising area. You would think. So this is, again, the illusion that we live in is that, because our media is horrible, they're going to give you like, oh, Trump is, look at the polls. But the fundraising tells the story, because I don't know any human being worth his salt or her salt that would want to give money to somebody that is so desperate and broke as Donald J. Trump. Your money's not going to, to help make America great again. So Biden is kicking his ass in the fundraising. It showed that the Trump 2024 campaign, it brought in 10.9 million last month, and Biden 42 million. This is, actually 53 million in February alone Biden brought in, giving him $155 million on hand. I think Trump has an overall 42 million. I'm sorry. Biden brought in 52 million in February for 155 million, and Trump has a total of 42 million on hand to run his campaign. But he doesn't need the campaign because the media will give him attention. But I feel like they're getting a little smart too, because the veil is off. Like, we already know what this is, right? Everything else is theater. So it's time for us to grow up, be politically mature and responsible, and start to do the things that will actually make not just America great, because there are no more bounds. The borders are really not where they need to be. But America and the world and all of the things that come with it, we're responsible.
Say yes. I need you to do more and say less. I won't just say yes.